welcome to episode 3 of the Sadda Squad. And I'm delighted to say match day is nearly here. I'm looking at the skies. It's not looking great for tomorrow, but we're going to be confident that the match will go ahead and hopefully Sadda Punjab victory. To balance the books today, we have two doctors in the house. Dr. Arka, who's currently in Vizag, and he was this morning Korbo, Lorbo, Jitbo, KKR. Dr. Arka, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. How are you all?
We're all good, and to balance the books, we've got a doctor in the Punjab camp in Dr. Yash. Dr. Yash, how are you doing?
I'm good as well, and eagerly waiting for the season opener.
Yes, it's super excited. We're nearly there, and we have Gurpreet making his debut today. Gurpreet, how are you?
I'm great, sir. How are you guys? I'm very delighted to be part of this conversation. And I think so that the season opener will be of extreme level as the craze between the fans is at the top.
Yes. That's what we're looking forward to, is a cracking start to the season opener. Let's talk about day game weather. I'll start with you, Dr. Arka. What is your views tomorrow? Do you think it's going to rain? Will that affect what happens with the toss and everything?
Yeah, I mean, obviously now that they have a new rule that you can have two playing 11s, I mean, you can take two sheets to the toss, and after the toss, you can decide which playing 11 you want to field. I think the toss would be a factor because if it's rain truncated, then it'll be down to a few overs, and usually the team that chases gets the benefit. So yeah, the weather plays a very important role, and we have to see. I mean, Mohali is known for assisting spinners and all, but will it assist tomorrow or not? That only time will tell.
Yes, and that's the big question. Is it the spin and the pace options? Dr. Yash, dew factor, it hasn't been that hot here. Will dew come into the captain's choice?
I don't think the dew factor would come into play because it's a day game actually. So that shouldn't be much of a problem. But hopefully it doesn't rain because, ideally looking at it in terms of both the teams' perspective, you would want a full game, especially when it's a season opener, because you want to start the tournament on a winning note, on a positive note. So hopefully it doesn't rain. And as far as the dew factor is concerned, I don't think it should be much of an issue.
So we have it. A day game is probably more equal than a night game. I agree with that point, and I think tomorrow the toss will be important, but not as important if it's in the evening and it's the conditions that warrant that. Let's talk about the game. Okay, Gurpreet, to you. What's exciting you about Punjab Kings starting 11 tomorrow? What do you think will happen?
The most exciting thing about me is that the Liam Livingston will be miss the game. So I want to see the balance, how they get a balance between the squad. Do they get Matt Short or Bhanuka? So the batting order is, I think, so that Punjab is doing downside, but the rest of the things are in the favor of Punjab.
Cool. Yes, and that's what we see. We've got no Kagiso Rabada. We've got no Liam Livingston. This is an ideal opportunity for Punjab to check its batting strength as well as the bowling. I think the bowling is strong. What happens with the batting? Dr. Arka for KKR. Nitesh Rana to be captain. What's your views on that?
I mean, that was a very obvious choice because people prefer an Indian captain. And he's been with the squad for 5 years, so obviously he was someone who would be preferred ahead of the other Indian options we had, like Shardul and everyone. So I think he'll do well. I mean, he's been the captain of Delhi, I mean, in the state team in the past, and they were pretty good. They had a 66% winning percentage. So I hope that he can continue the run over here, though it's a much tougher tournament. So time will tell. We enter the tournament as a dark horse, as the underdogs. But yeah, sometimes the underdogs do end up doing well. And we are backed by a very good coach who has that winning mentality. So maybe things will do well from day one.
Exciting times. New coach, new captain. Punjab Kings, new coach, new captain. Dr. Yash. Big story tomorrow will be Shubman Gill versus Shikhar Dhawan. Who's going to come on top in that key battle?
Honestly, I mean, looking at the way Shikhar plays and looking at his mindset over the years, Shikhar is one of those Befikar players. So I don't think he'll be thinking much about that battle, and especially what is going to happen between him and Shubman as far as the Indian side is also concerned. And probably I think that will bring out the better side of Dhawan, because at this stage in his career, I think he's more relaxed and he knows his game in a better way. So I don't think that should be much of a concern for Dhawan, and it will not play in his mind. That's what I personally feel. And as I said, knowing Dhawan and his Bayfaker attitude, I'm sure he'll come out guns blazing.
Yes, and obviously the whole of the Indian media will be, looking at that battle. The other thing I'm looking at for good buff, Vaibhav Arora. A lot of the fans said Vaibhav Arora should have stayed for Punjab Kings. KKR picked him up for a steal. What do you expect? Do you think Vaibhav Arora will play tomorrow, and what effect will that have on the bowling of KKR?
As far as I know, that I think so that Lockheed will not be going to play the first match. So the Vaibhav will be he will be having a great opportunity. And if he prove himself, so he can make his place in the squad further on. And I can say that he has been playing with Punjab from last year, and he knows something about the weaknesses and the strong points of the players. So he can be a little tricky player to play against Punjab.
Yes, and I was really happy with Vaibhav Arora last year, and I thought we might have kept him for one more season. Second season is usually the key area that you see whether the player will come good, and that would have been really, really good. I'm going to go to Dr. Arka. One hidden gem that you think we should be, Punjab Kings fans should be worried about in your squad.
I think Rinku Singh, because he's not really a hidden gem. We have seen 2 or 3 moments of glory in the previous season, but he's been very good in the domestic in the recent times. And even for KKR, he's growing from strength to strength. Even in the practice games, he was pretty good. And alongside that, with the absence of Shreyas Iyer, I think someone among Mandeep Singh or Jagadisan would play. Jagadisan has had a very good domestic season, so it's a good opportunity for those youngsters to step up in the absence of their usual captain, who is more of a veteran player. So I think that Jagadisan and Rinku Singh are players to watch out for tomorrow.
And it's interesting you mentioned Mandeep Singh. I'm a big fan of Mandeep Singh in Punjab and in social media. And he's coming home to Mohali too. So he will definitely have a point to prove in that game. Dr. Yash, quick one for you. Any surprise picks tomorrow for Punjab Kings? Do you think what will happen tomorrow? What will be the makeup of the side? What that you think, yeah, I think they should go this way?
I think because Liam Livingstone is not available for tomorrow's game, we would see Jitesh Sharma playing at number 4, and that would be very interesting to see, because most often he has played at that 5th or 6th position where he hardly gets around 50 to 20 balls to face. But if he bats at number 4, that will give him more time out in the middle, and you might just see another version of Jitesh coming out. And I don't know if Atharva Taide will get a game in the first few matches, but I am actually looking forward to see Atharva Taide as well. He's a fabulous left-handed opening batsman who can be used as an impact player. So hopefully it might, you never know, with the absence of few key players, it might happen tomorrow as well.
That's Taide. I met Taide a couple of days ago once when I was with the team, and he's a very down-to-earth young guy, and looking forward to see how Taide does if he gets selected. Good luck to you. Okay, your 4 foreign picks for Punjab Kings tomorrow will be?
So my first pick will be Bhanukar Rajpaksha, as he's a very proven batsman, and he can provide that stability with his hand to the top order. Then my next name would be Sankaran, the very big deal of this year's IPL auction, and I thought that he will be the key bowler. Another one is Nathan Ellis. He's a proven Aussie, or I can say all-rounder, because he's having a pretty batting skills. And my last name would be Sikandar Raza, because he is an underdog and he has been playing international matches from a lot of time. And he's a proven international all-rounder. So I think so that in the absence of Liam Livingstone, Sikandar Raza will be the Dream 11 game changer of the match for us.
Wow, and that's a very good pick. As he came up with that video, Tuada Sikandar Aya, I just love that video. So absolutely amazing. Dr. Arka, who are the 4 foreign picks for KKR tomorrow?
I mean, there are pretty wide options in the plate, because they can think of playing Visa alongside Russell Narain, and maybe go up with a opener, a foreign opening wicketkeeper batsman like Gurbaz. I think Liton Das wouldn't be back by tomorrow, so Gurbaz certainly can be the fourth foreign option. And with David Visa, you get some low order hitting, and he's pretty good in bowling in the middle overs as well. So maybe Visa would be the fourth pick, or maybe if they are looking for an extra bit of pace, then in place of Visa, Lockie can play. So perhaps it will be Gurbaz, Visa, Russell, and Narain, or Gurbaz, Lockie, Russell, and Narain.
That's cool. So let's go to the quick fire before we finish. Dr. Yash, who is going to be man of the match tomorrow?
Jitesh Sharma. A one-liner.
Jitesh Sharma for Dr. Yash. I knew that was coming. Gurpreet, top wicket taker for Punjab Kings tomorrow will be?
Arshdeep Singh.
Arshdeep Singh.
I want to come back to the question of Yash. I don't, being an honest Punjab Kings fan, I don't want Jitesh to come to the pitch. I want the top order to finish the match in the style.
He'll play at number 4 hopefully tomorrow. So yeah, of course we don't want it to go towards the finishers, but hopefully Jitesh will come out flying colours, not just with the bat but behind his stumps as well.
That's cool. And 2 rolls from Jitesh. And Dr. Arka, your star player for KKR tomorrow will be?
The new captain, Nitish Rana. I mean, he has a lot of responsibility on his head. So, so given the fact that he is the lone Indian star batsman available at the moment in the absence of Shreyas Iyer, I think Rana will do well. And because he can even give you a few overs with the ball, so maybe an all-round performance is awaiting tomorrow.
And there we have the show. Tomorrow it's going to be a great game. My first IPL experience in Mohali. It's against KKR. Korbo, Lorbo, Jeetbo. It should be interesting. Thank you guys for joining us on this special podcast, our first podcast, a preview of tomorrow's match. Guys, may the best team win, and may that team be Punjab Kings, Sadda Punjab. Jasba hai Punjabi. See you guys, and tune into Sadda Squad. Thank you, guys.
See you. Thank you.
Take care, guys. Bye.